Good morning. It's Pause with Elizabeth Elenor. And we're coming to the end of the year. Hopefully you've had a beautiful weekend. This time of the year has so many aspects to it. So many beliefs that arise that I wanted to address today, and so many mixed emotions, right? Because a lot of people are dealing with the end of their work cycle, holidays, children on school holidays, having to go to Christmas parties and end of year graduations, which I think have all finished by now. I saw them all on Facebook. That part of my life has completely changed now. There's just so much. And then there's the Christmas party, right? There's the family Christmas parties and work and your own, sometimes there's birthdays, there's a whole heap of stuff. And one of the things that I notice, and I can get caught up in it as well, is at this time of the year we can actually get caught into belief systems of others and the world. Like, one of the things that I hear on a regular basis is, oh my gosh, hasn't this year flown past fast? And and a lot of people I know that didn't create everything that they wanted to create this year. And I see it over and over and over again, this cycle of coming to the end of the year, or I'm going to do this next year, and creating this particular thing. This is what I want to achieve next year. Get healthier, lose weight, find a beautiful partner, achieve XYZ in my business or my career, change jobs, start a business. All of these things that I hear people say, and then they get to the end of the year, or actually they even get to February, March, and they've dropped the ball, right? They haven't kept their focus on what it is that they want to create. So there's a whole heap of stuff that I want to share today. This is the last live pause for 2022. I'm actually having 3 weeks off. So for the next 3 pauses, it'll be the highlight of the year. Whichever subjects or topics actually got the most views and comments, they're the ones that we will show and highlight for the next the next 3 weeks. So I want to make it a good one, right? I really want you to think about all of the things that we actually do on a regular basis, this cycle that we have to contain the year, and then how often we lose sight of that and how quickly we lose sight of that, right? Because a lot of the time we're not creating our choices, and so we're not choosing for ourselves what it is that we want to create in our life. And we have moments of it, right? We have moments in these snippets of this is what I choose to create, but we don't keep our focus. And for anyone that's been watching me for a while, one of the things that I share is how to do that with an elastic. I share it with my clients all the time. So you want to have an end result of what you want to create, and then look at where you are now and come up with a process. What is it that you're going to do and focus on throughout the year so that you're getting closer and closer to that end result? What is it that you're, what are the steps, the action, the obvious next steps? Are you staying in focus mode, a high vibration around it? Are you actually making the choice every day to stick to that? Are you coming up with resistance that's getting in the way, that's stopping you from and being distracted, including those belief systems that it takes too long, that I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, oh, didn't the year fly by, and what happened to it, you know, like, and we get distracted with what's outside, you know, oh, there's been more, you know, maybe there's a new COVID virus, I have no idea, right? There's been more, I only know, oh, there must be something going on because there's people wearing masks again. There's all of these things that we get, oh, there's, you know, the government's doing this, you know, interest rates are doing that. Whatever it is distracting us from where our focus is. And as a woman of light, when you step into your intuitive wisdom and your divine nature, you will override all of those things. You will, you know, be able to step out of the game down here of duality and move into those higher realms, those higher dimensions where you are the creator, and you are stepping into your intuition and making those moves and those getting those results because you're following a higher guidance. You're not following the stories and the distractions that are down here in this reality, right? Where this is not a pendulum, but it's a necklace of mine. When you step up here and you're not in the swing of duality down here in the third dimension, where you're going hot, cold, good, bad, right, wrong, you're stepping out of that experience and you're stepping into your higher self, where you have the guidance of your angels and guides and archangels, all of those realms that have actually already, your superconscious, right? All of those realms that are already got all the fields of possibility, all of the information of what you need to do to acquire what it is that you want to create. And so when you're stepping into that and you're staying in that flow, every day, this is why I say it, every day you need to make that decision to choose what it is that you want to create for the year. You might have a bigger goal that you're searching for, you know, like or desiring that takes more than a year. But you know, what is it? Break it down. What is it that you're doing from 2023 January to December, and then break it down into quarters, break it down into months, break it down into weeks, right? Break it down every single day. What is it that I'm doing to step forward into what I want to create? And when you do that and you stay in your intuitive flow, when you stay in that that divine nature and you make the choice every single day to creatively move forward into what it is that you want to, what you're desiring, what you're choosing for yourself, then you have, you know, this momentum happens just automatically. There's so, you know, you also want to, every time you're making your choices, waking up every morning, I wake up every morning and I take a moment and I choose my choices. I choose to live the life I love. And I feel into that. What does that feel like to be living that life right now? And I experience it now. I move into it, I feel it. I feel it in my body. I see images. What is it? What does it feel like being the predominant creative force in my life? Making my own choices, deciding what it is that I'm doing in my life, not giving my power away to beliefs, to the mind, to others, you know, like the world beliefs and the world decisions. Not giving my power away to that. I choose health and vitality. What is it that I'm doing today that is creating more health and vitality? I choose to live my true nature and purpose. So I'm always in flow with what my heart desires, what I decided to experience here on the planet. I make those decisions. And then I also make my own personal decisions that I have written down. I'm looking at them right now. And I make those decisions. I'm aware of them. I stay focused. And because of that, because I'm constantly in that field, I can say that this year was massive. And that I achieved a whole heap of stuff that, you know, some of it was stuff that took a little while to create in my life, and other things it was like getting it done, you know, like stuff that I had already wanted to create, and it only took a small amount of time. I can say 2022 was a brilliant year for me. I can say that I achieved way more than I was expecting. Though I was holding the end result. I was holding it in, you know, in that creative tension. I was holding that end result and moving towards it, right? So the other thing that I wanted to share was I want to talk about being the predominant creative force in your life, because around this time of the year we all start having to go to Christmas parties and you know, catching up with family members, and family are are a really beautiful teacher. Family is a really beautiful teacher, because, you know, as they say, you can't pick your family, right? Well, somewhere along the line we did. We chose our family, and we chose to be part of it. And so, or some aspect of ourselves did, to experience whatever we chose to experience. And so hanging out with family can be a really big thing for a lot of people, because there can be, and especially, you know, if you're in a family where you're sort of the black sheep of the family, let me know in the comments if you're a black sheep of the family. I know that I am. I'm someone that, in fact, my family don't even really know what I do. No one's ever really asked. And my auntie has, and my cousin has. And it's a bit hard to explain. So I explain the best I can. But family interactions and relationships can be a bit hard when if you are someone that is a little bit different, or there's water under the bridge, right? There's stuff that family know you deeply. They've seen you grow up. They know all of your you know, shadow side. They've been there when you've had bad experiences and made judgments and assessments of who you are. and you have done the same of them, right? And so it can be very interesting dynamics when if there's relationships that haven't that have still got what I call bumps in the system, right? There's a bump in the system where things are just not flowing gently and easily in that relationship. And so, sometimes we've got to bite the bullet, as they say, and go and socialize with these people that there's stuff going on, right? But I would like to suggest a couple of things. I want to ask you, where is the power? When you've got a challenge happening with somebody, I want to ask you, where is your power? Where are you giving your power away? Are you giving your power away to that other person? They might be powering over you or manipulating you in some way, being coercive, whatever it might be. Are you giving away your power to behaviors or belief systems of this is who I have to be accepted into this family? Are you giving your power away to your own definitions of who you are in the family, right? Like, what hierarchy, are you the youngest, or are you the eldest, or you're the one in the middle, or what it might be, like, what's your relationship with all of the different dynamics, and where do you give your power away in all of those different relationships? Because there's nothing more beautiful than to be in a big group of people at a party and watching yourself and where you can give your power away to other people or to situations, right? So this year, I ask you to just take that pause, that moment, to reflect on that. Who am I going to be seeing this year? What is my relationship with them? Where do I give my power away when they are around or when I'm interacting with them? And how can I switch that? What can I do to make this Christmas or this, end of year celebrations the way I choose it to be? So what is my choice to start with? What am I creating? Am I creating to have, love, fun, laughter, balance, connection? Or am I the one that's holding on to really old patterns of behavior? You might have memories of being judged before, or you may have memories of, arguments or disagreements or whatever that is holding you back in an old pattern of behavior. Maybe you get aggressive at someone, or maybe you withdraw and don't speak your truth, or feel belittled in some way and not seen, or insignificant and not appreciated. What can you do this year so that you feel comfortable, safe? How can you serve yourself and others so that you get to experience these holidays, these times, end of year celebrations, the way you would like to experience them? What's your role in this creation and take ownership of it. When we blame outside of ourselves and we make ourselves a victim, then we're stuck in the drama, and we're not being in our higher self, in our intuitive, divine wisdom, in our women of light, in our woman, our creative warrior. We're stuck down here in the, stuck in the oscillation, stuck in the delusion or the matrix, right? We're stuck believing in being powerless, being broken. When we become the perpetrator and blame others, we're stuck in the drama. When we become submissive, there's a real difference in withdrawing your energy because you're a victim or you're submissive in some way, and your energy feels depleted and you become powerless. And there's a real difference in that than actually just choosing to hold your energy, hold yourself the way you choose to, very gently, just being authentically yourself, but choosing not to share or speak about who you are and what your truth is, because it may be not appreciated or understood. Sometimes speaking your truth actually just means smiling and nodding, right? Sometimes speaking your truth means not actually sharing, but not from a place of being a victim, but from a place of actually being respectful of others not actually understanding or appreciating you. So you're not going to put yourself in that position of letting them take your power away, so you don't speak your truth. And others, it might be just to gently speak your truth. And if you've got things going on with family members, or have you ever, or people that you're going to be catching up with, and there's a bump in the system, as I say, have you considered actually speaking your truth prior to the whole family reunion or whatever, and reaching out and just saying, hey, whatever it might be, hey, I just wanted to reach out before we all get together, feels like we didn't resolve blah 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 blah, and it'd be nice to actually see if we can come to a mutual understanding before we come together as a family, or whatever it might be, whatever the situation is. When you can take ownership of your part, even if you weren't to blame, right? And you can justify where you're at and all that sort of stuff, it's okay to be the bigger person. In fact, when you are in your empowered being, when you are really holding your own and living in your sovereignty, you don't care what other people think of you. And so therefore you can even have, if they feel like they've got the upper hand and that makes them feel better, then that's okay with me, because I know who I am. And you can really sit in that sovereignty. Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful place to be, right? So I want you to really consider, where are you at the end of this year? What are your relationships like? Have you achieved everything that you want to achieve? Have you celebrated the things that you have achieved? Have you, come to a completion and acknowledged, wow, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this? Because when you acknowledge it, then you're supporting your unconscious to recognize that it's safe to succeed in something. It's safe to grow and expand. So once you've spent some time acknowledging what you've done, what you've achieved, celebrating in completing the process of what it is that you have created, looking at any threads that you need to sort of look at, what sort of strain, where's the threads that need to be, look at my necklace, it's there's all these threads, right? If you've got threads that are out there in the ethers that haven't been completed and really need some attention, what are you doing about that for the end of the year? Are you coming to a balance? Because when you're in alignment with the seasons and the cycles of nature, that's when you're not overwhelmed. If you're feeling overwhelmed at the moment in some capacity because you've got way too much going on, what are you doing to ground yourself again? What are you doing for your nervous system? Even just going outside on the grass and putting your feet on the earth and just breathing for a little while. Breathing and letting the earth, you connect with the earth, and then stopping and going, okay, what's my next step? What do I need to do to achieve this next, whatever it might be? And when you've done all of that, that's when you can go, okay, and what's for 2023? What am I doing? What am I going to create? What is it that I would love to achieve in 2023? And what can I do to support myself to actually get to the end of that year and be satisfied that I have done my best to create that? Today I have a 5-day event called 2023 Abundance Mindset. I think that's what it's called. Something like that. And it starts today. If anyone wants to jump in before the end of the year, if anything has resonated to you and you want to make some completions, you want to clear some old patterns, then jump in, put yes please in the link below, in the comments below, and we will send you the link. If you can't make the lives, it's all recorded and you can be part of the Facebook community. But this is all about moving into your sovereignty, moving into your intuitive nature and working from there to create the life that you love, and really stepping into who it is that you choose to be down here on the planet, and living the way you know you were destined to. So if that sounds like you and you'd like to be part of that, then just put yes please in the comments. I want to just wish, if I don't get a chance, I want to wish you a merry, 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 merry Christmas, a beautiful, happy new year. We've got lots going on in 2023 to serve you at our highest next year. And And I'm really looking forward to honouring my choices, and one of them is to magically awaken my soul family and unite their essence. So, and constantly be creating continuous miracles. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you next year, and you will see the best of in the next 3 weeks. You will get the best of pause, so watch out for that on our Facebook group and all the other channels as well. Take care, and we'll catch up with you soon. Enjoy your completion process and start creating for the next year.